Let's turn to Kellyanne Conway, former counselor to President Trump and a Fox News contributor. Did DeSantis's message break through this week, or was it the Trump show?
It was mostly the Trump show, and his response, really his first big response to Trump's critique of him, was at once this odd combination of too anemic, because it's Alvin Bragg trying to put a former president in handcuffs, and overly sarcastic. And you even had people like Van Jones at CNN, a number of Trump-hating Manhattan attorneys saying, I think the Bragg case is too weak to even bring it in the first place. So here's a chance for a Yale, Harvard Law School educated, successful governor of Florida to say, we can't just prosecute our political opponents, that's wrong, and then pivot over to what he wants us to know about him. I think Ron DeSantis gets great points for his courage to talk about his beautiful and smart wife, Casey's valiant and, thank God, successful battle against breast cancer, the loss of his sister at the age of 30. And then he talked a little bit about policy. But I think you also saw the problem for Ron DeSantis and really anybody else these days. They're always going to be asked about Donald Trump. This is his turf. He sets the terms of the debate. He sucks up all the oxygen in the room, and you can't help, no matter what you want to do, if you want to talk about the economy, which DeSantis doesn't do enough of, you want to talk about energy policy, Putin as a war criminal, you're going to be asked about Donald Trump for half of these interviews, and you almost can't escape it. The other thing is governors are very popular for the great stuff they do. I look at Florida, Iowa, Ohio. Jesse, these are three states that Barack Obama carried twice that are now ruby red. DeSantis in Florida, Kim Reynolds in Iowa, won re-election a couple months ago by 19%. Mike DeWine by 25% in Ohio. So that's a big turnabout. But they don't have the foreign policy, national security credentials and experience that I believe is going to be on the ballot in these Republican primaries. They're going to worry that governors at the state level can't really do what Donald Trump did, which is be in the room with and contain Xi Jinping of China, Vladimir Putin, and, of course, Kim Jong-un.
You don't think DeSantis could stand toe-to-toe with a Putin or a Xi?
I know he could, and we would all back him if he was our commander-in-chief and president. There's no question. He's the winner there. But getting there, convincing voters that you're ready for that at 44. We hear from voters all the time. I like them both, but one already did the job, and one will do the job in the future. I think Ron DeSantis has a huge future, a huge national future. The question is, did it already start?
So the future is so key because he's so young, and he can't antagonize Trump too much because you want the Trump voters, and you don't know Trump could win re-election, and, you know, what are you going to be, the guy in Florida who he hates? But they do always patch things up. Look
they
at
will. I believe
Rand
they
Paul and Ted Cruz. How do you see the relationship going forward?
I think this is a competition for the Republican nomination, and we are the pro-competition, pro-capitalist party. We should welcome competition. I think it's great Kevin McCarthy had to go through 15 votes, even though I support him for Speaker. I think it's great Ronna McDaniel had competition for RNC chair, even though I supported her. Donald Trump does not want to stand on the debate stage alone. He loves competition. I think the key question for all these Republican candidates is this, Jesse. If you want to stop Trump from being the nominee, you can either run right against him and take him out, or you can refrain from running because if the field gets too crowded, it benefits Donald Trump. The last thing I'll say about this is that the donors, the anchors, the pollsters, the political cognoscenti, none of us choose who the nominees are, none of us. The voters do. And in the quest to always get Trump, which doesn't apply to Ron DeSantis, but the quest to get Trump, nobody truly gets his 74 million voters. They've never taken a moment to figure out what are the voters' aspirations, frustrations. Why do they stay with this guy? And the people who say, well, it's a cult. It's not a cult of 74 million people. They know he did the job. They know they were financially better off. They felt more secure. They felt everyday life was more affordable. Things were fair. They felt, as parents, they had rights. They felt we were energy independent. 4.5 million people had not walked across the southern border. The list goes on and on. And
one last thing, and make this quick. All of our people texting are saying, why can't we have a Ron Don or a Don Ron ticket?
Well, they could if one of them moves out of Florida. So this is what Dick Cheney had to move out of Texas back to Wyoming to be George W. Bush's VP. You just can't have them from the same state. I think they could do a coin toss. And for that last point, I think the big news of the week is that Trump is up in the polls.
Yeah, he is. We covered that last night. He's up pretty big. All right. Kellyanne Conway, thank you so much.
Jesse.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.